let's talk about using the equity in your home to invest, right? Many people, their number one goal in life is to pay off their house. And I get that, right? Mostly immigrants, right? Most immigrant families, they move here and their number one goal in life is to buy a house and pay it off, right? Which that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that money that's sitting in your house as equity, or if it's paid off, just all the money that's sitting there is essentially going to waste, right? There's a much higher and better way of utilizing those funds, in my opinion, to be able to make money off of it, right? Because that money is kind of like sitting there being stale, right? So let's just say that your house is paid off, or maybe even have a mortgage on it, but you have high equity. You can refinance through a place and they'll do like a home equity line of credit. And what a home equity line of credit is, it's pretty much money that sits there that the bank gives you. They appraise your house, they give you like 75 to 80%. It depends on the situation. Let's say if it's paid off, they'll give you 75 to 80% of what the house is worth, and the money just sits there. You don't have to pay it if you don't use it. It just sits there. It's just sitting there doing nothing, right? The same thing it's doing if you didn't have the home equity line of credit, right? But what the point of this is, you can invest that money in, let's say, another house, right? So you got the ball. There you go. Sorry. So, let's say that you find a house that needs some work, right? You buy it for 75K, you put 25 into it, and it's worth, I don't know, there's crazy numbers, 150, right? You can end up renting this place for, and that's of course saying that you have 100K on your home equity line, right? Just crazy numbers. So anyway, you can rent this place out for $1,500. If you just want one place, then you're good. That's fine, right? So I have a home equity line, and the interest rate right now is like 2.97 or something crazy, crazy cheap, right? And it's interest only. So on 100K, 2.97 yearly is like a few $100. It's like literally free money. Like the definition of free money, that is free money. You're using, in this example, I'm just going to finish this example, but so anyway, let's just say you're renting it out for $1,500 a month. Let's put aside like $500 for maintenance, capital expenditures, management, all the other stuff that go into a rental, right? Put away your, let's just say worst case, $300 in interest. So you're at $800 and you got $1,500. So that means you have $700 of cash flow that just goes into your pocket, and you have an asset there, right? That makes you money every month, and it's under management, so you don't got to deal with it, right? And you have the reserve, so if something breaks, it's there, right? Going a step further, that $150,000 house, you can refinance out of it. And when you refinance out of it, let's just say it's worth, I'm not going to be able to do the numbers, but they come out, it's worth 150 on the appraisal. They give you 75 to 80%, let's just call it 100. I don't feel like doing the numbers right now quickly in my head, but you get 100 back. You can pay off your home equity line of credit. And at the end of the day, you still have that house that's making you, it's probably not making you as much, right? You're not making still that $700 a month because now you got the mortgage on it. So maybe you're only making like 300 to 400, but essentially you're making $300 to $400 on something you have no money in, and that's like an infinite return. So then you can take that 100 you got back and throw it at another house, right? And then that's kind of how you slowly buy more, buy more, buy more until, let's just say you have 10 houses and you're making $300 a month off every single one. Well, that's not bad, right? A lot of people, that's like how much they make, a month. And you can make that passively just off of investing the equity you already have in your home into real estate, right? And it doesn't even have to be that. You can invest into a fund, or you can invest. There's a million ways to invest it. That's the point of the video, is you could probably use that money for something more productive than it just sitting there, right? And I get that the safety of, having your house paid off and not having to worry about it or all that stuff, but it's, I just think that there's a better use of the money instead of it being, sitting there doing nothing. Mostly because it's your money, you worked for it, and it can be earning you more money, right? But anyway, I hope this helped. And if you have any questions, I did my home equity line through Huntington Bank, and they were awesome. You pay nothing to do a home equity line of credit on something, and a refinance. When I did it, they had a special going on. So it was like, I called someone at the bank, like, hey, I got this house. Here's what I owe on it. Here's what I think it's worth. Can you help me out? And they're like, sure. And they did it and got free money, right? So it was pretty sweet. Not free money, right? It's still like borrowed against my house, but it's money that I didn't have before that I can pay. So the example I started on was, I can take that money, throw it into a flip, throw it into something I'm doing, and make 20 to 30% on that money in 3 to 4 months, where I'm paying the bank 3% for a year on, let's just say, that 100 grand. So on that 100 grand, it takes me 2 to 3 months to flip it. Let's just say $200, $300 a month I'm paying in interest, which that's not even right. It's way lower than that. It's like half of that. But so I'm paying $900 to borrow that money out of the equity of my house, right? On that 100K, if I'm making 20 to 30%, I'm making 30 grand, and I'm paying $900. So worst case comes to worst, you're making $19,000 or $29,000 off of paying the bank $900. So it's not bad. Just give it some thought. It's pretty cool. It's a good way of investing, mostly if, like I said, you have high equity in your house, or you do have a house that's paid off. But it works for me. It can work for you, and it's a fantastic thing. So I hope you have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions.